Ahoy, mateys. It's story time. Not too terribly long ago, a doctor friend of mine, Dr. Cryan, well, he was treating a patient, Mrs. Jones. And after he had seen Mrs. Jones, she was suffering from a lack of energy and some anemia and just all around feeling pretty blah. And so he prescribed for her some B12, vitamin B12, and ferrous oxide, iron supplements. And he also thought it might be a good idea to have her try out some testosterone, because it had been proven to help some women improve things for themselves as far as their energy level, being able to think clearer, and just a lot of good benefits in studies. So he prescribed her testosterone. I think it was 45 milligrams 3 times a day. And he was going through his notes a couple weeks later, and he seen Mrs. Jones' chart, and he was looking at it he didn't know why he was even looking at it, but he just glanced at it, and he said 45 milligrams 3 times a day. He says, maybe I should call her. That kind of seems perhaps a little high. And so he does. He gets on the phone and he calls. And voice answers, "Hello?" He says, "Yes, I'm calling for Mrs. Jones. This is Dr. Cryan. Is she there?" "This is Mrs. Jones." "Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Jones. I didn't recognize your voice. It seems lower." "Yes, doctor?" "Well, the reason I'm calling is I want to see how you're doing on the medications that I prescribed to you a couple weeks ago." "I'm doing very well, doctor." "Well, that's good. Good to hear. The iron supplements, no problems with that, I would assume?" "No, doctor. Everything's fine." "Okay, well, now, the testosterone," he says, "I was a little concerned about it when I looked at my notes. I was thinking perhaps it might be a wee bit too much. Have you had any side effects at all from the testosterone that you can think of?" "No, doctor. I'm feeling very well. Thank you very much." "Okay, Mrs. Jones. Well, one side effect that I have heard of, and I've not had any patients that have experienced it, but have you had any unusual hair growth?" "Well, actually, yes, doctor." "Okay, well, might I ask what part of your body, Mrs. Jones, that you're experiencing the unusual hair growth?" She says, "Yes, doctor. On my balls." Fair winds and smiles. And may God bless. Thank you, mateys.